Chapter 46. So Israel set out with all that he had and came to Beersheba and offered sacrifice to the God of his father Isaac. And God spoke to Israel in visions of the night and said, Jacob, Jacob. And he said, Here I am. And he said, I am God, the God of your father. Do not be afraid to go down to Egypt, for I will make you a great nation there. I myself will go down with you to Egypt, and I myself will also bring you up again, and Joseph will close your eyes with his hand. Then Jacob arose from Beersheba, and the sons of Israel carried their father Jacob and their little ones and their wives in the wagons which Pharaoh had sent to carry him. And they took their livestock and their possessions, which they had accumulated in the land of Canaan, and they came to Egypt, Jacob and all his seed with him, his sons and his grandsons with him, his daughters and his granddaughters, and all his seed he brought with him to Egypt. Now these are the names of the sons of Israel, of Jacob and his sons, who were coming to Egypt. Reuben, Jacob's firstborn, the sons of Reuben, Hanok and Palu, and Hezron and Carmi, the sons of Simeon, Jemuel and Jamin, and Ohad and Jachin, and Zohar, and Shaul, the son of a Canaanite woman. The sons of Levi, Gershon, Kahath, and Merari. The sons of Judah, Er, and Onan, and Shelah, and Perez, and Zerah. But Er and Onan died in the land of Canaan. And the sons of Perez were Hezron and Hamuel. The sons of Issachar, Tolah, and Pavah, and Yob, and Shimron. The sons of Zebulun, Sered, and Elon, and Jalael. These are the sons of Leah, whom she bore to Jacob in Padan Aram with his daughter Dinah. All his sons and his daughters numbered 33. The sons of Gad, Ziphion and Hagi, Shuni and Ezbon, Eri and Arodi and Areli. The sons of Asher, Imnah and Ishva and Ishvi and Beriah and their sister Sarah. And the sons of Beriah, Heber and Malchiel. These are the sons of Zilpah, whom Laban gave to his daughter Leah, and she bore to Jacob these 16 persons. The sons of Jacob's wife, Rachel, Joseph and Benjamin. Now to Joseph in the land of Egypt were born Manasseh and Ephraim, whom Asenath, the daughter of Potipharah, priest of On, bore to him. The sons of Benjamin, Bela and Becher, and Ashbel, Gera and Naaman, Ehi and Rosh, Hupim and Ard. These are the sons of Rachel, who were born to Jacob. There were 14 persons in all. The sons of Dan, Hushim. The sons of Naphtali, Jazeel, and Guni, and Jezer, and Shilem. These are the sons of Bilhah, whom Laban gave his daughter Rachel, and she bore these to Jacob. There were 7 persons in all. All the persons belonging to Jacob, who came to Egypt, who came out of his loins, excluding the wives of Jacob's sons, were 66 persons in all. And the sons of Joseph, who were born to him in Egypt, were 2. All the persons of the house of Jacob, who came to Egypt, were 70. Now he sent Judah before him to Joseph, to point out the way before him to Goshen, and they came into the land of Goshen. And Joseph harnessed his chariot and went up to Goshen to meet his father Israel. As soon as he appeared before him, he fell on his neck and wept on his neck a long time. Then Israel said to Joseph, Now I can die, since I have seen your face, that you are still alive. And Joseph said to his brothers and to his father's household, I will go up and tell Pharaoh and say to him, My brothers and my father's household who were in the land of Canaan have come to me, and the men are shepherds, for they have been keepers of livestock, and they have brought their flocks and their herds and all that they have. And it will be when Pharaoh calls you and says, What is your occupation? Then you shall say, Your servants have been keepers of livestock from our youth, and until now, both we and our fathers, that you may live in the land of Goshen. For every shepherd is an abomination to the Egyptians. God reiterates his promise again. in verses 3 to 4. Just like in the previous iterations, I love how God is so specific with his words. He doesn't simply say, go down to Egypt, you will be a great nation there. But more precisely, in verse 3, God said, I am God, the God of your father. Do not be afraid. Again, the most comforting thing for Jacob was to know who God is. And not only who God is, but what God will do. Verse 3, I will make you a great nation there. Verse 4, I myself will go down with you. I myself will also bring you up again. We can infer that Jacob might have been a little afraid. He was, after all, leaving everything that was familiar to him and going to a foreign place. Everything will be different for him. Him and his family will have an entirely new life, and everything will be different for them. But there are some things that simply will not change, even though everything around them changes. And that's who God is, along with God's word, God's promises. Life can change drastically, usually unexpectedly. So when things change around you, what is your constant reference point? For those of us who believe, it is God himself. He is immutable, unchangeable, absolute in all of his perfections. Plus, his words never change. The scriptures we are reading are eternal. His promises are guaranteed. What a blessing it is to know that no matter where we are and what we do or what is done to us, God is still who he is. God is still with us. And God's purposes will always prevail. These are my thoughts. Hope to hear from you as well.